there, sweet friends. I hope you are all well. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I've had a little bit of a break to spend some time and support my family, but we are back now, and I appreciate you joining me again. We're going to ease back into it with this sweet little Easter theme card. It was my intention when I started this project to utilize the die set from Spellbinders. This would have been the large die of the month, and this was the basket full of bunnies, but I had no luck today. I just couldn't do it. I didn't glue right, I didn't ink right, nothing went well. It was all bad. So I decided to take what did work, which was this basket, and then incorporate a fussy cut from one of my printables from my shop, and I think it works really well together. I've got a unique look that isn't on everyone else's card, and so I'm pretty happy with this. I also utilize some papers from my stash, and you know I like to get those out of the way so I can bring in something new. So if you are interested in making this card with me, then stick around and we will make it together. I'm getting into papers from my stash for this card, and they are definitely not in an Easter theme, but I think these softer colors, the blue and the light green, have a very spring-like or spring-ish tone to them, and so I think they will be perfect for our Easter cards. I'm also going to utilize this printable, as I mentioned before, and mix that with the die cut. And so this is the Rustic Easter images, and although they have a very soft palette, it's a little bit vintagey for the papers that I chose, so I'm going to fussy cut out one of the images from the background. And so not to worry, I will definitely be able to utilize the remainder of these sweet images. There are 8 in this printable, and so this is going to be great for a folio or something with pockets that I can create inserts. I'll link that in the description if you're interested. This is an instant download from my shop, and so I think this will be great for your Easter projects where you're interested in a more vintagey vibe. We are going to do a standard 6x6 card. There's no fussy fold or any of that. I just wanted to put all these beautiful layers on. I do like to finish the insides of my cards with the pattern paper that matches. Not only does this give it a nice finished look, but it improves how sturdy and thick this is. And I really do think if you're going to add all of these extra layers and the heavy florals, that you will benefit greatly from having a very sturdy card. And so I've just cut that pattern paper, and I'm going to put the same pattern on the front as is in the back. And so this is just going to be that pretty plaid with a border, and then we'll also get a border of that cardstock showing around. Now I did cut the layers that we're going to add later from the middle, just so that I could be a little bit more frugal using this pretty pattern, and I'll cover that right up now with our layering pattern. And so I've chosen a different tone and definitely a different scale for this, but I did use the same green cardstock as my border, and I popped this layer up on those foam spacers so that I could begin to build some dimension. If you hear that in the background, that's just going to be the sump pump. Here in Southeast Michigan, we have a lot of snow melting, and then also a lot of snow coming. We're in a winter weather advisory at the moment and expecting to get a fair bit of accumulation over today. So it was nice to get out these spring themed papers and think ahead to when it is warmer. I do have a doily that is die cut here. It didn't cut exactly perfectly, but that's okay. I'm going to bury that in the layers that I add, but I just like to add this. It gives a nice texture and then does break up a little bit of that background pattern. And so let's add that here. Remember, we cut those layers out from the center there, and I'm going to re-add them here with more of those spacers. So continuing to build up dimension. Now here's that basket from that die set. That was the Spellbinders large die of the month basket full of bunnies. It's not current, but I have looked on Amazon, and there is a ton of different basket dies, so you will find one that's comparable, I think. And this is a pretty good size for the front of a card. If you want to make a large focal image, I did cut that with paper that I inked around the edge. That gives it a little bit of dimension. And then to cover those holes, I added a little bit of a darker pattern behind it. And so it did cover the holes, but it did not create contrast. and I didn't want anything to be too busy on the front of this card because I really want this sweet little bunny to be my focal image. I put a little tape here so that I could position this where I wanted, and I'm choosing not to add spacers behind this because I don't want to have to cut them super tiny to go around that handle, and so that's just going to save me a little bit of extra work. But you see now how that little bunny is in the basket with his little bibballs and his carrot, looking very sweet and festive. I got a couple of flower arrangements created. They have the same flowers, die cut foliage, and loopy twine bows. I'm choosing a darker green for my ribbon simply because I wanted it to have more contrast so that it would stand out more from those softer layers underneath. And I've got one for the top and the bottom. I want to arrange these so that most of my focal image will show, and you see I might have to come in and pull this leaf off or bend it back so that we don't cover up our cute little bunny there. I'm going to add these with hot glue, but first let's attach an Easter charm with string. Often I put these on with a button, but I think I want to just incorporate that here, and then we can bury that cut string underneath our flowers. So let's add that with hot glue. I'm adding these flower arrangements with hot glue as well, just so that I know they'll be very secure. This is a combination of chrysanthemum and white lotus flowers and trims from Really Reasonable Ribbon. And I think that center of that chrysanthemum looks really lovely against this spring kind of arrangement. Here is this side. And so I'm going to get enough space to put 2 generous size flower arrangements on the front of this card. Last but not least, I do want to incorporate a couple of these pretty little sequins, and I'm finding that I like to have one on the raised section and then put 2 lower on the base, just so that I can continue to develop that dimension there. So I think if we put those 2 on the doily, we're not going to have to compete too much with that polka dot in the background. And of course I do want to add these with my Tombow. I'm going to be on the lookout from Amazon to see if I can find some Easter papers to work with, and I have had some luck with a brand, and I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. It's either Walleen or Waleen, and I got some Valentine papers from them that I really liked, and I've also got some Amazon papers that I didn't like. I thought they had a terrible smell to them. It was very off-putting, but the Waleen or Walleen I did have luck with, so I'll probably be checking that out depending on when the delivery would come in. I don't want to have that Amazon person having to come out on our backcountry roads when it's going to be snowing and terrible. So that is going to be all for our Easter card today. I sure do hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Remember, there's going to be links in the description for that printable, as well as the products I use from Really Reasonable Ribbon. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.